Alright guys, so we're gonna take these out the package. We have the new Wolverine and Jubilee from the Marvel Legends X-Men animated series line.
Oh. No! His little thing is bent. Maybe we can fix it with some
What the
heat.
fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. I was like, no! I just thought they just crammed his little head in there.
It came completely deformed and it was put in the packaging wrong and now it's totally warped.
Yeah.
And then same thing with the claws. Look at that. I got a terrible version. That sucks. But then we still got the shitty fucking claws.
Here, put his hand.
Dude. Okay guys, so welcome back to another review. We were trying something new out, but it didn't go according to plan, so we're going to go back to the old format. So let's take a look at the packaging here. Has a nice VHS style packaging, a nice throwback to the old animated series if you used to collect the VHS tapes. So I really like that. Looks super cool. And let's take a look also at the back of the box, which has a little bit of a description of the character, and it shows some images of the action figure as well. So without any further ado, let's take them out and get a better look at them. All right, so here we have them out the package, and Wolverine and Jubilee are looking pretty good. First impressions are, well, this is the second impression. First impressions were not great because Wolverine did not come perfect, you know. But luckily a little bit of heat fixed that, and all is good now. So I'm happy with the figures. I like the packaging. It's a cool little theme they have going. I was a big fan of the animated series, so I'm all in on this line. The Wolverine in particular, I love the way it looks, and I never had a Marvel Legends Wolverine in the tiger stripe suit, so I'm glad to finally have one. And also was missing Jubilee from my X-Men collection, so glad to have that as well. So let's take a look at these figures and see if they live up to the hype. All right, so first things first, let's go over the accessories that they bring. Wolverine comes with this picture frame of Scott and Jean, which is from the animated series when he's kind of like jealous of their relationship. So he's kind of looking at the picture, mad or sad, I don't know. He's doing something else with it. Also brings these hands, which they're not Wolverine's hands. They don't have the exit points for his claws, so I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I'm not going to use them. Yeah, it brings this extra head as well with the stern face or neutral expression, as well as the one that comes on the figure, the screaming face. Let's go over Jubilee now. She brings this extra head with the glasses sitting on her forehead. Those are not removable. The likeness is okay. It doesn't really look like that animated series version, but what are you going to do? Also brings these effect pieces, which are supposed to be fireworks, but it looks a lot like Magneto's magnetic effects or everybody else's effects as well. So they could do better than that. Give us something else. And for the other head, it has these removable glasses. One of them is opaque and one is translucent. So you have your pick of what style you like, which is cool, I guess. All right, so aesthetically speaking, they did an okay job with the cell shading on this one. It doesn't really have anything on the back, which kind of looks cleaner to me. But yeah, the little bit that they did add, it doesn't pop that much. There's some here in the shorts, and then it's a bit darker on this side on the shoe. A little bit here on the wrist and here. I think there's a bit inside here too. I don't know. It's not really screaming cell shading to me. Looks a little weird. Some parts look better than others. Like the inside of the clothes here, it makes sense. But on the outside, it doesn't seem to work for me. I don't know. But anyway, let's go over the articulation real quick. She can look up that much. She can look down a whole bunch. She could do a full 360 and Nice swivel on the head. The chest has a nice swivel to it, as does the waist. Not much of a crunch, bit of a crunch. The arm can do a full 360, can go up this much. Has a double bend at the elbow. Good wrist articulation. So not bad there. Let's see, the legs can kick up about that much. Can kick back, not much. Has a double bend at the knee. Although they are a bit wonky, especially this one. It's a little loose compared to the other. Seems like the Marvel Legend female legs are always a little off. We also have a rocker and a hinge at the ankle. We got a swivel at the boot. So overall, the articulation is good for a Marvel Legends female character. I like the way it looks. I was missing a Jubilee from my collection, so I'm glad I have it. Just the cell shading on the outside of the jacket is not great, but I kind of like the way it looks inside. So yeah, maybe I'll remove the outside. I'm not sure. Alrighty, so let's go over Wolverine. And I think the cell shading on this one looks a lot better than it does on the Jubilee one. It just, I don't know, it works for me. While the Jubilee one doesn't seem to be consistent. This one, I can kind of tell, it seems like where the light source is coming from, and it just seems to make sense to me, you know. Although the back of it looks very clean as well. I like the colors, so that's kind of how it would look without the cell shading, and that's pretty dope too. So I wouldn't mind getting a second one and removing the cell shading, but we'll probably get another release of this soon without it, so I'll just wait. Every time I customize something, we end up getting it, so we'll just wait on it. But yeah, let's also go over the articulation. So the head looks up that much. I just noticed I have a bit of yellow spilling over to the black. I'm gonna have to fix that. It's not too bad, but it is noticeable. So the head goes back, like I said, that much. It looks down a whole bunch. It can do full 360. It's also worth noting that the head, the cowl here on the ear, or whatever you want to call it, it was so warped coming out the packaging. I was really bummed out because I thought it was going to be like that forever. As were the claws, they were totally warped and out to the side. But I just took a blow dryer to it for a few seconds and it fixed it up right quick. I didn't even have to touch it. It just went right back to shape. So yeah, let's continue with the articulation here. And has a good ab crunch here. Nice swivel at the waist. The arms do go full 360. Nice butterfly joint. Can go up this much. Bends out that much. We have a swivel at the top of the biceps, and we have a double bend at the elbow. We have a swivel and a hinge at the wrist. So the legs can kick up that much. We have a double bend at the knee. We have a swivel up at in the quad, the higher quad. And we have a swivel at the boot here, as well as a rocker and a hinge on the ankle. So the articulation is good on this. I like the way it looks a lot. Hopefully more of the animated series releases look more like this, cell shading wise, because they did a good job with this one. But the Jubilee one, like I said, is not quite as good. So hopefully they step that up. All right, so final thoughts on these figures. I like them a lot. It's the first time we got the windowless packaging, and we had an issue right out the gate. Wolverine's cowl, or like the side of his ear, whatever you want to call it, it came super bent, and so did his claws. But luckily, it didn't end up being an issue, because just a little bit of heat from the blow dryer, and it retook its shape. So I got lucky with that. Hopefully, you guys don't have to deal with that. Aside from that, I do like the figures. There's a lot of reused parts for Wolverine and Jubilee, but I didn't have either one of those figures, so I'm okay with it. Also, they did include slightly different things like different claws and an extra head for Wolverine, an extra head for Jubilee, so that's okay. Now, the price point went up as well, so that's up to you if it's worth it or not. As for the cell shading, I think they did a way better job on Wolverine than on Jubilee. it just is placed better, and it does a better job of tricking my eye into thinking that there's a light source coming from one direction, while the Jubilee one doesn't really do that. It just seems to kind of be scattered randomly. Like it needs to be thought out a bit more than that. Yeah, but other than that, I'm all in on this line. I'm excited for it still. It's going to have its issues, as we've already seen a lot of the promo images, but I'm still happy to get them. A lot of the characters I haven't had a chance to pick up in the past because they're hard to get, so it's okay with me. So that'll be it for the review. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys are into this cell shading or not. Did you guys pick them up or skip on them? And yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.